Hello students, welcome back to Dr. Noor Fizzo Jan channel, wherein you are trying to explore the world of business management with Dr. Noor. And today we are here to discuss about the part 4 of communication chapter. That is not part of communication chapter, where I will be teaching you barriers to effective communication and how to make effective communication and what are the advantages of having a good effective communication. And in my previous video, I taught you about the types of communication, like your communication on the basis of direction, communication on the basis of expression, and on the basis of structure. Those things being discussed in my previous video. And today we are here to discuss about the barriers of effective communication. So before I go ahead with that, let me ask you, please subscribe to my channel and watch complete video and go through all previous videos of mine and understand the subject principles of management completely and communication completely. So any doubt, please do write in the comment box, like my videos and keep sharing my videos. If you can do this, this will support my channel to sustain. So I seek your support in the growth of my channel. With that request, let me go on with the today's class, barriers to effective communication. So let me ask you something, children. If you are communicating with a friend, sometimes what will happen is what you want to communicate and what your friend have understood is completely different. You are telling your friend, we'll go to movie tomorrow. Your friend will think that she thinks that we never go to movie. So you want to go and she's thinking never want to go to movie. So opposite thing what she is understanding. So she or he is understanding. So what is happening? There is some barrier. Maybe the language you have used she is not able to understand. Or maybe lot of background noise was there. When you're telling we will go to movie, she thought we will not go to movie. So this kind of thing we call it as barriers to effective communication. Or maybe she don't trust you. Every day you tell you'll take her somewhere out, but you don't go. So she's so fed up with you, she don't trust you anymore. So maybe due to trust, she's not listening to you. The noise, or maybe trust, or language, or body language, she's not understanding you. This is what we call it as barriers to effective communication. So the first barrier to effective communication is differences in perception. When you tell something, correct, when as HR managers coming and making some announcement to the employee, then every employee will understand it in their own way. That is that is what is called as differences in perception. Let me give an example. HR manager is telling, let us meet tomorrow evening to discuss on some issues. So 1,000 employees have heard him. Some of them will be very scared, telling that maybe on a performance feedback, yeah. Some people will tell maybe some new rules he will give. Some people are telling maybe increment he may give. So each one of them are perceiving in a different way. So what he is telling, they will not understand it properly. They are busy in their own perception. So evening in meeting also, they have those perception and they start listening to him. They may not understand him properly. So one of the barrier is difference in perception. Second barrier is the language. The language what a HR manager is talking, not many of them are understanding in the same way. Some words they are not able to interpret it properly. So that becomes the language difference becomes the second barrier to communication. The third barrier what you have is what you have is inadequate information. The HR manager are told very clearly about your increment I am talking, then people wouldn't have perceived it differently. So the inadequate information. Lot of the HR manager have spoken in a place where there is no much noise. Lot of noise was there, so they were not able to communicate with you properly. Then HR manager is in giving the information, his face was little bit sad, so people will think it is bad news. Our HR manager face is very happy. They think, oh, it is about increment. So the facial language, the body language, the facial expressions and body language is also should match with the word what you are speaking. If there is lack of consistency there, then you are telling something, they are understanding something, the difference will happen. So body movement, gestures, clothing is the primary medium of communication. All are factors, correct, which can influence communication and make your communication ineffective. Distrust. If they don't trust the person who's announcing the news, it depends on that. If people trust him, they'll accept what he says. They don't trust him, they are not going to accept. The technology barrier. So the HR manager have told join Zoom link, but so many people don't have Zoom. Zoom, they don't know how to log in through Zoom, and they don't know how to attend the meeting. So that becomes a technology barrier. Or you have sent a mail, people have not checked their mails. Our mail have not gone to them because internet were not stable when the mail was sent. That we call it as technological barrier. So these are some 7 barriers students. Whenever a sender is trying to pass on some information to the receiver, the information will not pass on in a right way because of certain distractions or barriers or problems. These are the 7 types of problems or barriers we face in communication, due to which you are telling we'll go to movie, your friend is understanding we will never go to movie. So this kind of miscommunication will happen because of these barriers. Then you can ask me, ma'am, how to make our communication effective. Of course, you can make your communication very effective by, correct, by for solving all these problems. Build trust, and only if they trust, let this person to give information. Remove all technological barrier. Use proper body language, facial expression, and proper words, and ensure that the right perception is created, and ensure that there is no noise around you. Then your communication will be effective. Then you may ask me, ma'am, what is the reason why we should have effective communication? Effective communication is important, students, because it will have lot of benefits. What benefits will be there? If communication is effective, conflict will be reduced. Fight will not happen. Misunderstanding will not happen. Because what you are telling, they are understanding the same way. So misunderstanding will reduce. Then increase employee awareness. Then customer relationship will improve. Then the business relationship will be very healthy, and problem can be sorted out very easily, and very quickly decision can be taken, and it enhances the professional image of the organization, and it increases the productivity of your employees. As a manager, if you can't communicate with employees effectively and you can't overcome the barriers of your communication will never be effective, and it will lead to lot of drawbacks. Next slide, I'll be telling you the drawbacks of not having the effective communication. But before going to drawback, I've told you benefits of having the effective communication. So if you are a good communicator, you have communicated it very well, these are the advantages you will have. If you are not a good communicator, you have not told people what exactly you have to tell, lot of drawbacks were there, then it is called as disadvantages of ineffective communication. Ineffective communication, the first problem is it will lead to misunderstanding. So people will fight because of miscommunication. Or they get confused, they don't know what it is, or they start blaming. No, I did not hear, he tell me, she tell me. Blaming game will come. Then alienation, then maybe the hostility. So the barrier to the communication or ineffective communication will lead to these problems. That is why try to make your communication as effective as possible, so that what information you are passing on, the same information you are giving it to your employees, and employees are going to act according to your expectations, and your goals can be achieved very, very well. In order to achieve the organization goal, your manager have to communicate the 100 things with the employees, with the customers, with the different stakeholders. If you don't know how to reduce the barriers in the communication and how to make their communication effectively, no activity in management will be successful one, and manager will never be able to achieve its objective or goal of the business. That is why effective communication is very important, and this is how one can build an effective communication. Hope students, you understood the full communication chapter. I think 4 videos I taught you about the communication. So hope you understood the full communication chapter comes to an end now. So next class I'll be teaching you the coordination chapter. We are just left with 2 chapters in management, coordination and controlling, very small chapters, and so we have done with 80% of principles of management subject. Hope you are with me and you have watched, and there are 45 videos before this which are there to make you a good manager or to prepare you for exam in the subject principles of management. Please go through all those videos and like my video, share my videos, and very importantly, subscribe to my channel. So till then, take care. See you in the next class.